Woo! And we are hopefully live. Um, yeah. Good night, good night, good night. Welcome to another episode of Sunday Vibes Live. I am trying a new thing here, so I'm not sure how it's going. Hopefully, the quality is looking pretty good. Um, Better than the previous lives. I hope. Yeah, because yeah, what's up, your boy Styles? Welcome to the vibes. Ooh, I shift the camera there a little bit of shift it back. Yeah. All right. Hey, Ashmead, good night, good night. Welcome to another episode of back. I should say, back at it. To the vibes live. Yes, John. Thanks. Long time no see your videos, Ashmead. I drop one every Saturday, mostly around 6 o'clock. Yesterday's video drop happened a little after 8 because I was still editing it on the way. Whoa, Brandon, yo. And yes, I had a safe flight. Speaking of flight, well, if you was on the last live, I came on late last week, like after 9 or something so, and I was in New York then. Hey Renelli, happy Sunday and welcome to the Sunday Vibes Live. Big up Renelli, another local YouTuber here on the island, doing some nice YouTube vlogs and food vlogs and everything to showcase Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, Sean. No, I told you all I posted in the community tabs that, I'm coming on 8. I know a minute or two late because I had some trouble because I actually took I bite the bullet in a sense, and I bought a new GoPro and I was testing out to see how was it as a webcam, and it is actually working for me. Right, this is the GoPro Hero 11. I have the 9, it's still there, but it kind of battered up at the moment. So yeah. Brandon is saying, I do not even know how much rain I miss. Bro, I was in okay, so I went to New York for a short bit. Well, first I was in Miami and I went there as a family trip to check out some family who's not doing all that well and everything. So that was a random, hop across. But I still was able to go and check some roti spots. Like that's what you saw in last week's video where I actually do the doubles hopping and roti hopping along the 441. That'll be in Lord Lauderdale, like Fort Lauderdale side. And the sun was blazing there. But when I went across to New York afterwards, I went up and meet the wife and stuff, just for a short period. And well, you all saw yesterday's video shop. Those were a few things we did in between. And yes, I did do roti hopping and double hopping in New York. So round 2. So New York double hopping round 2 is the next video drop. Spoilers, that will drop next Saturday, next weekend. And but anyway, the point I was trying to make is last weekend I popped in New York and it rained that weekend. So not only did it rain there, it was cool. It was like between 11 and 17 degrees. And I mean, for those of you living in New York, and probably that is like a normal thing for you all, but for us Caribbean people, when it hit that 12 degrees, even like 18, 15, it is cold, right? I wasn't prepared. I mean, I kind of was checking the weather before I went to just see, so I had some like jackets and stuff, but I didn't expect it to be like cold and chilly during the week. And let me tell you again, wet and being in the cold is never a good option, never a good combination. But yeah, I saw we got some dread rain, rainy season started, so yeah. Hey, Joseph and Ashley, good night. Brandon, sorry to hear that, boy. You get flooded. I'm sure a lot of places got flooded tonight, and because this weekend, well, since we reached back, it was just rain and more rain. So I know is with the vibes that going on with this rain. By the way, before I continue, I just want to shout out because it was kind of surreal and all, being in the States and thing and meeting people at the roti shop who recognized me, coming back on the plane. It had people who hailed me out, who shout me out. It had even I randomly went in a Starbucks that was close to, can't remember which square it was. I just bumped to get water, And the cashier there actually, hey, you do a flu vlog. It's like she real caught me off guard there. So if you are watching this, big up you, because yeah, that caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting people to like be watching the vlogs, well, or at least to encounter you, and it just goes to show how small the world really is. And also the flight person who, well, not the flight person, one of the person who working at the JFK airport. Yeah, they like they enjoy the videos. I appreciate you all, and I appreciate all of you who taking the time to just join me on this live right now. Yeah, Renelli is like apparently so. I'm glad like the videos are able to reach a wide range of people and whatnot. And it's been cool to to get the recognition and to get the validation in sometimes doing the work. Because sometimes Renelli could attest to this. It sometimes is take a mental toll on you in like organizing, planning, editing, video recording, and all these things. So if you are asking me if I'm in Tobago, no, I am not. I'm hoping to go to Tobago sometime later down this year because I'm missing the beach and thing. But I mean, it's rainy season starts, so I'm waiting to see how things go. And yeah. And Sylvan is asking if I saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I did actually watch that before I flew, and I thought that was phenomenal. Like that James Gunn. I know normally we will discuss the movies and all these things later in the deeper end of the live, but I mean, hey, it's good to be back here in the studio, and I mean, for all the rain, the place hot, so we just going with anything goes to this rounds, So it is the start of the rainy season. I'll give you all some small recaps of the Vacay as we go along in the live. And hey, Candy Solage, hello, welcome to the Vibes. And Israeli Dangalis, yeah, Fresh Kid 7, Stephen, what's up? He's asking what's my favorite place to eat in Trinidad. That's a hard one, boy. Like, once I get a good doubles, a good roti, or sometimes I'll feel for a good corn soup, like a chicken corn soup. Then you have days I feel for pizza. It depends on the mood and the feeling. I have no specific spot or place to eat, in particular. So yeah. Shirley is asking, yep, I'm back in Trinidad, and Savannah is asking any jet lag. I think I've been getting that a few days now, so yeah. I got some, I think. Yeah, hey, good night, Carter family, and Nathan, big up. Yeah, so, sorry, I lost track of the train of thought I was going with just before everything else. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, yeah, boys. Yeah, boy, Sylvan, I find it was fantastic. I think James Gunn did a real good job in this, closing the era on this one, and I really enjoyed that movie. I mean, even with the Adam Warlock, I found they did a nice thing about it, and yeah. And speaking of movies, Brandon is asking when I'm going to see Fast 10. Hopefully, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I had to depend on the wife because we just not too long got back from some traveling, so it's just to sort out the house a little bit first and then we go tackle anything else. But yeah, I know I have to see Fast X. I know Transformers is coming up, the Beast Wars one, and we went and took in The Little Mermaid, which I found was very good, like the live action one. I thought that was very good, and I took it in at the AMC, one of the AMC theaters in New York. And going there and taking that in, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was nice to have like real comfortable seats and it could recline and all these things there. But like the price you pay there, it makes me appreciate Movie Town much more. I don't know, boy. It's like sometimes going across to the States, and this is nothing against you all who live there, because I know it could be a real fantastic place and it also could be a little bummer sometimes, depending on how things go. But sometimes like visiting the States and stuff is make me appreciate Trinidad, the stuff you could get in Trinidad here a little better and a little more. I don't know how it's work. And yeah, so that was that in terms of the movies. Like I would have paid, and I went to, it was a 3D movie, and this was Little Mermaid. I went and taken, and we spent about 19 US plus whatever tax, I think. No, it's 18 US. Oh. And that was the matinee show, that was the first show, so it's like, yeah. And so it makes you appreciate, like, if you ever went to Movie Town, like, they have their platinum, the $100 platinum VIP thing, is something similar to that. So yeah, that is just our point of reference. Petro, I appreciate you. Marvin, good night, good night. I appreciate that, Josepha, to your family in Venezuela. I'm not sure about the Spanish subtitles. I know I'll try to work on it, but it's just the timing for everything. Brandon and Ramos, if I ever cuss in any of my videos, I try not to. I know it is sometimes industrial language and sometimes it's get at me, but no, I do not normally go there. Or if I accidentally do, I will edit it out, in the editing process, because sometimes out there things could go anyhow you take it. But normally no, I do not try to use any form of cursing or any bad language or anything. I mean, the most you might get out of me is some Trini slangs, and it may not be appropriate in some cases. Who knows? Because how the world going. John is asking, how was the flight back to Trinidad? It was good. I came back with JetBlue. I came back with JetBlue, so it wasn't bad. The only problem I had, and I still think I'm recovering from it, is that the pressure, change in pressure. Like, the pilot actually landed up that plane from 25,000 feet to the ground in like 9 minutes, and that extreme change in pressure, like, my eardrums were in pain on that for a good 10 minutes. And you had to chew gum and thing to try and pop it and whatnot, and I still think I'm recovering from that. So that was a little rough for me, and I don't know, I just how it was. And so, but overall the flight was back, and just coming back in, that little changing air pressure on your ears, it felt like if you're going deep down, like if you do a deep dive and the pressure in your ears isn't clogged properly, you have that pain in your eardrums. It was rough. And Fresh Kid Steven is saying, do you love watching sports? Yeah, I do. I know Champions League is coming up, the finals. Man City versus Inter. Like, I'm a Serie A person, so I'm hoping Inter win, but most likely how it is right now, that is a hard hill to climb, but still will back Inter, Forza Milan kind of thing. And a surprise, actually, I know the NBA, this is the Eastern Conference finals going on, and I really thought Heats would have taken it in Game 6, but that the Celtics forced that Game 7, so that game going to be interesting since we're talking about sports. If you're now joining in this one, we just go in, anything goes, we go with the flow based on how the questions go. Yes, surely the US theater prices are very high. I think everything is high in general. Like, for the past year I've visited, like, everything just, like, you can see how inflation is affecting everything. And you're beginning to see more, like, homeless people. I mean, I used to see it all the time out in the streets there, but yeah, it's like it increased since the last time I went, and it's hard to see, Fresh Kid 7 is asking if people were confused in how we were talking. Not so much, because I've realized, like, we speak naturally fast, right? So when you are across there, sometimes, like, in one or two cases where you realize they don't understand what you're saying, or people ask you, can you repeat that? Once you slow it down and speak kind of, like, try and speak proper in a sense, and not so much the Trini slang or as quickly, like, I'm trying to break down how I would speak when I'm across there. And that is how they would recognize or listen. But in New York is such a diverse place that, I remember traveling in the subway and the bus and hearing about 6 or 7 different languages that I didn't even know what they were talking about. So so it's pretty cool. Brandon is now Copperman. Well, that's just genetics. Hey, Marlon, good night. Joseph is asking, what's my favorite sport? My favorite, I don't really have a favorite per se, but my go-to is either football or cricket. No, not cricket. Sorry, basketball. I do play cricket. I do play some tennis, right? I enjoy watching cricket. How good I am in cricket, I kind of suck in cricket. Let's be honest with you all. Football, I've got some kind of skills in it. Basketball, I think I'm more better in basketball than the others. But I haven't shooted hoops in a while, so yeah, so I'm not sure. But I do love a good football match, and also, well, the playoffs, the NBA playoffs. And speaking of football, actually, when I was in New York, I did. Wife and I went and took in a Yankees game in the Yankees Stadium in the Bronx, and that was epic. Like, baseball was such a cool sport to follow. Like, I never really take it on except for like in the movies, right? But like being there and being in that stadium and our vibes, that it was very good. And it was easy to like get a hang of how the game was played. So yeah, so that was cool. So yeah, it was nice to like be, because all the time, you're seeing people with the New York Yankees hat and all these things, and everybody knows the New York Yankees, and it's a big stadium, and so it's pretty cool to like be there. And yeah, and Petro is saying Venezuela is a nice country to visit. One of these days, hopefully, I'll be able to visit our sister country in Venezuela. And when I say sister, I really mean our neighbor country in Venezuela. Sister Islands Tobago, my bad. So yeah, Brandon is saying I should make a video of me playing cricket. I'll leave that for like people like Certified Samson and stuff, how different cricket players is be, or what not to do in cricket or something. So John is asking if I went to Walmart, best shopping, and he said he could live in that place forever. Yeah, I hear you, John. Walmart is like a nice spot to like visit, and you can spend some time inside there. It's just recently I found, like, in these past trips, the prices have increased, and also like the stocks kind of iffy. When I mean iffy, it not as pristine as be like sometimes in a mess. I don't know, because of how people is be there. And then in New York, it's like you have to go far to find a Walmart. Joseph is saying his favorite sport is karate, so I assume you do some karate. And Josepha, nice. Marlon is asking, how is the roti in New York? The roti is pretty good actually in New York. They have some good spots actually that I've discovered this rounds, and again, it's thanks to you all who commented in the last New York roti hopping video. I went with some of your suggestions, and then some I tried on my own, which was like right nearby and right across the street from certain ones. So, and I found a good double spot. Yeah, kind of too. So we'll see how it goes. Petra is asking me what I think about that New World Order. That is a conspiracy stuff right now. So I'm not sure what to think about it. To be honest, I have no thoughts on it at this point in time. So yeah. So we're just going to skip that. Now, part of the vacay. Oh yes, it was cool, but I kind of miss home, I won't lie. Savannah is asking Joseph, what belt he reaching the karate? And is it Purple Dragon you're going, Joseph? I mean, I know it have a few karate dodos here in Trinidad and Tobago, but the only one I really know is like Purple Dragon, I think. And yeah. So it's always been nice to travel abroad and to explore new things. And like as you saw in yesterday's video, apart from finding those two spots, found them on Instagram. I actually found them on Instagram. Well, I mentioned that Island Pops I found on Instagram while I was doing research for the Sorrel video last year. And then like just scrolling through Instagram one day, I came across Aripita and Chef Picky. So big up Chef Picky from Aripita. He's the one who owned there and stuff, and he's the one who, like, sponsored me the Morby sour, which was real sour bread. I won't lie. And yes, it was kind of cool. And I also wanted to do, originally, I've given you some insights here on yesterday's video drop. And not much, sure, not much. You can always go back up and check it out. Yesterday's video drop, like initially I was gonna do just, Trinbago and influence, like people who were Trinidad roots or Caribbean roots who in the States and have their own business and whatnot. So it was Island Pops, Aripita, and the third one is actually on the way to New York. I see Ricky Jai have his spot called Sheriff in Liberty and U-Bar Lounge. So I wanted to go there to visit there, but it's just the timing didn't allow for it. So I'm not sure when next I'll be visiting New York or the States, but hopefully I'll be able to do that next rounds. So yeah, so that was originally planned to do Island Pops, and yes, you need to visit Island Pops, John. Island Pops, Arpita, and Sheriff. Ricky Jai's, soca star Ricky Jai have a bar and lounge called Sheriff in New York in Liberty. So I was planning to do those three, and then do the recommended videos. And when I mean recommended spots, like I watch a lot of YouTube before I even started YouTube, and I was watching a bit of YouTube. And before I travel, I always like to look at local YouTubers in the respective countries to see what they do, what they recommend. And those were a few things that they recommended, and I got a chance when I was across there. I said, let me go try it, and I just video recorded because I wasn't even sure what I was going to do with it. And so I actually had one or two other clips I might put together at some point and drop it, but we'll see. But next week for sure is a roti and double topping New York round 2 video. And yeah, and so when I didn't get a chance to do the Sheriff, right, that's where I went in the hey Angela, good night. So when I didn't get to do Sheriff, and I know I wasn't going to do Sheriff bar and lounge, I was like, all right, let me incorporate these three spots, which was the hot dog, the cronut, which was interesting, and the banana pudding. Right, I cannot stress for you enough. Like, we bought the cookbook. The wife says she will make it at some point, but I can't stress for you enough how great that banana pudding tastes. It was like amazing. I was like, I really enjoyed that banana pudding. The cronut, it was nice. While it was nice, I just find it was a bit too pricey. You paid $7 for one of those donuts, but then again, I did pay $7 for doubles on Caribbean Airlines, so it's like, But at least I would have picked, unfortunately, like if I had to pick between those two, I would pick the cronut. But yeah, but it was nice to try it. It was interesting to try that one. And Petro is asking, when will you do our next video about $100 in TNT? The short answer for that is in July. So the plan for July, right? July is 4 weeks. It is, hold on. Let me just pull up the calendar there. So July have a nice 4 week setting, and I'm planning. I'm not sure how I'm gonna pull this off, but they're gonna be strictly groceries. And I did mention this in one of the lives earlier, but I'll say it here again. The plan for July is to try and survive on $100 each week. So basically, the video will be surviving in Trinidad, $100 per week for a month. Yeah. Oh. And Sylvan is saying that he's asking if he's the only person to sorry about that. The only person to find ordering a coffee and rituals and Starbucks a bit confusing. No, you just go and decide what you want. I don't know. Sylvan, that's it's not as confusing as you think. I guess it's because you're talking about here in Trinidad or in the States? Savon. But anyway, back to petrol. Yeah, that is what I plan to do. Sean is saying to survive on $200 per week. Think about my health. Well, this will be food only, and I think I could pull it off for a month. So I'm gonna try. If it doesn't work, I may switch to that, Sean. But I'm gonna try the $100 and with the groceries, because I've been going through that $100 video. I actually was going through the comments, and in the comments people was commenting, well, you could get this, that grocery wise. So I am going to try to get this, that grocery wise to see if I can survive on that for the whole week, and I'm going to do it 4 times. And like as we was discussing, I think in some videos in the past, we'll go about it doing it in four groceries. I'm going to see if I can get the same items with the same $100. So that is the plan. Hey, King Cole, good night. That's alright, King Cole. Bless up. Have a blessed weekend. So yeah. Woo. So they're recovering from that. Changing air pressure. And my ears is the next different thing. And then the next thing is my throat. Hello. Iffy these days, so I had to watch myself. Take some NyQuil later. Anywho, yeah, like I said, what other new stuff are they tried in New York besides the roti on doubles? And the roti on doubles, I think is 5 or 6 spots I hit. So yeah, look out for that. There's one of them I wanted to do, but again with the timing, I didn't realize some of these spots is closed on Mondays. So yeah. And I is like, well, you'll see in the video. I mean, I mentioned it, but yeah. So when I say in the amount of choices, you have to pick. Dread sometimes it's just well, for me it's be easy because most times I just drink either straight black coffee, or I'll go with a mocha, because chocolate and coffee, you can't go wrong with that one. Now and again I might try whatever new drink they bring out. Like I saw somebody said that rituals have refreshers, so I'm gonna try that in a little bit. And Eyes of My Mind is a new subscriber to the channel. Welcome. And he's asking if I'm ever going to do a sushi hopping video, and yes, I am. So at some point in the future, hopefully later this year. You can see sushi hopping coming. You'll see boba tea coming. What else? You'll see more doubles and roti coming. You might see our next Chinese food hopping coming. And yeah. Sean is in a cool off those sorrel lollies. Yeah, boy. You just have to go up next time you travel. Check them out. Brooklyn. Can't go wrong with that at all. It's nice to be home. To be honest though, sometimes I like when I came back down and the heat take here, it's like, wait boy, I forget always like to be in the heat, because up there was so cold, at least for me, Anyway, I hope the quality now is hopefully better. Like I said, I got a new equipment that I will be bringing out and using, so I'm happy that this is actually working right now. And yeah, it's always be cool to explore new stuff. It's always be cool to find new things, and it's always be cool to meet peeps, out there. Hey, Fazil, sorry. Good night, and big up from Fazil and Nita in the house. Shirley is asking if we have a Memorial Day tomorrow in Trinidad and Tobago. No, we don't. It is probably US Embassy might celebrate something, but we have Indian Arrival Day, which is Tuesday. And hey, Marley, good night. So yeah, so Tuesday, I know tomorrow is Memorial Day in the States, and it is the start of their summer. Our rainy season started last week, And but Tuesday is Indian Arrival Day here in Trinidad and Tobago, so it's a public holiday. So yeah. So I think that's why. Well, I seen people partying all over these places today, so they're probably taking tomorrow off. Now Sean is saying he tried some good sushi at Eddie Hart Grounds. Well, that's a good thing to note, boy. Sean, I didn't realize they had sushi at Eddie Hart. So my normal go-to for sushi, like if it's not in Miles, I'll just go Morvino or something because it's close by now. Morvino or even now and again Kaisan for their specials. But yeah, but it'll be nice to do. And I mean, when I South, you have Unami sushi in South as well. That's pretty good. But yeah, I have to check out that one in Eddie Hart. I should be Eddie Hart next weekend though for the Mango Mile. Yeah, so Mango Mile is in Eddie Hart Grounds next weekend, so I'll be there. Oh, and yeah. Oh, alright guys. Feeling that, jet lag kicking in there now, so don't worry, it's nice to be back. It's good to be back. I'm trying to fight off a little something here. Hey Nita, good night. I appreciate it. Oh, Fazil, happy birthday in advance. May you continue to be blessed in this journey called life, and I hope you have a good one tomorrow. And if anybody else is celebrating their birthday today, happy birthday to you all. And I think that's about it. I'm going to wrap up here. Thank you all again for joining me in this short Sunday Vibes Live. We'll call this one vacation recap. We back here. So next week is a New York video, roti hopping, doubles hopping in New York, and then after that, straight back to more Trini based content. And yeah, you'll see what else the year holds, because rainy season now, so that may affect the schedule for some things. And she is asked, are you back to work tomorrow? And yes, I am. Hey Indra, good night. We now about to wrap up here, so I hope you all have a great week. Happy Indian Arrival Day. I'm not sure if I'll do something on the day itself. We'll see. So yeah, wait now. Just occurred to me, technically, 3 years now I've been on YouTube soon. Because the first video I uploaded besides the Welcome to the Channel video was double hopping, and that was done on Indian Arrival Day or close. So I normally use Indian Arrival Day as a benchmark to know, hey, this is the channel's anniversary coming up. So yeah. So we'll see how things go. Thank you again for all the support. Thank you again for all the hailouts out there. Sometimes if I look out it, it will take me a while to recognize, hey, is only him, not because of the channel. Don't take anything off it. I just be sometimes in my own head, and it's take me a while to recognize certain things and whatnot. So I just want to wish you all have a great night, have a good week, have a safe week, have a productive one. Stay awesome, my Trinbago vibes peeps, and just going with the vibes, going with the flow, and I'll see you all next week. Yeah, boy, Sean, thanks a lot. 3 years on YouTube, and we're going strong. Good night, all, and have a great one. Later. It's good to be back on the live, boy. It was fun to be in New York, and I wanted to do a few things there, but it's good to be back in the studio and whatnot. I have wide angle now, and we should have better quality and everything. So yeah, anyway, I won. Later, have a great week as well. Later, peeps.